evening, everyone. Welcome back. Monday Night Mayhem. If you survived the weekend, which I hope you did, you saw the fantastic event on Saturday for us here in the States, Sunday morning for all the folks in Australia and New Zealand. We had a big-time event between two Discord communities, two fantastic communities. And we're back this evening, not with any type of event, but with just our normal Monday Night Mayhem. And do we ever have a Mayhem combination this evening? We're going to be running these silhouette concepts. You might be familiar with them. They are a really fun drive, to be honest with you. They're probably not used as much as what they should be within Raceroom, but we're using them here tonight. And we're here at Macau. And Macau, I have never driven it. I've really never wanted to drive it, but it is a very tight, long circuit. As you can see now up on the board, top time right now is about a 2:29, and times are going to vary all over the place. So it's going to be a fun one. There's going to be. Let's look at the track layout real fast. So what we've got here you have Macau, the entire thing. The start-finish line, as you can see, is right there within the right side of the square. It then goes down, in through the city. It's almost like a Monaco type circuit where it's on public roads. It's all going down and around through the city and everything. It's very windy. It's very tight. Not a whole lot of places to pass, other than probably when you're getting past, when you're getting back into the square, as I call it, past Fisherman's. There about turn 21. But it's fairly simple from the start-finish line, kind of all the way down to turn 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then that's where you start getting into the windy bits, as I'll say. Up into 8 and 9, and then 10, 11, 12 as we go up through there, all the way up into really the places where, at least for this evening, there is going to be a constant yellow flag, and that's going to be up in the hairpin, turn 20. If we find someone getting close, like Scott Galbraith right here. Oh, you can't see him. Let's get off of this here, though. But in turn 20 up here at the very top of the circuit will be a constant yellow. There'll be no passing allowed, and we're going to show you here very second on the reason why. It is a very, very, very tight hairpin. You have to take it very slow, take it very wide, and make yourself get through there without scraping any walls or causing a massive pileup. So there's Macau if you're not quite familiar with it. It's very crazy. Move back in. So Ramiro Perez here, as you're going to see, there's how tight it is. That's turn 20 that we've been talking about. Right there will be a constant yellow. Here comes CB coming through here. Turn 20 all night for an entire 20 minutes. You can see that if you don't take it wide enough, you get caught up on the outside wall there. And if you get hung up, then that means anyone else behind you will be hung up. As we see Andy Morehouse there. Cut it back in very quickly back to the right to get in. We're going to watch a few people go through. So John 2 out here very wide. Takes it down through and onward he goes. So that will be a constant, not sticking point, but that'll be a constant emphasis, a constant focus for both races here on everyone at least minding the constant yellows. Not trying to pass, not trying to make it difficult through there because it's already a difficult enough corner that you want to try to get through there as easily as possible. You want to try to get through there as fast as possible as well, but that's all depends on the line and depends on how tight you get it in there. As we see Emery there, kind of scrape the outside wall a little bit. Mohammed's taking it he took it in way too tight there. And got all the wall. Luke Filippone way out there. That's probably about the line to take right then and there. Perfect. We're going to watch a few more. Michael Lobin. Another kind of perfect line there. Bernie Puebla coming in. Probably coming in a little bit too hot, scraping the outside wall. You got to time your pace your speed, your line, and everything else right through there as perfect as possible to make it through. So that's about that. So as we've gone through the combination this evening, welcome finally to everyone here that might be live with me on Twitch. Evan's here. There he is. Riot. Welcome to everyone on Twitch. As always, thanks for stopping by for the live stream when it goes up. We got subscribers somewhere. Who's subscribed? I don't even know. To everyone who might be watching on YouTube at a later time, welcome on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching on that side of things. If you're watching on YouTube, if you either early in the video or if you make it towards the end of the video, make sure to put a thumbs up on that. Make sure to put a like. Make sure to put a comment if you like what you see, or if you like something that you have seen, or that we're doing with the stream or recording, or put up a comment if you don't like something. I'll certainly look into it and try to improve as much as I can. So, welcome to both sides. Everyone watching live or at a later time with the replay recording. Either side that you're on, make sure to find our Twitter, in Raceroom. Make sure to find our Instagram, North America Raceroom. Make sure to follow both of those accounts. Get all the types of content that happen on those accounts. Last but not least, make sure to find the Discord here on Twitch. There's a button somewhere for the Discord, so if you're not already a part of it and you're looking for people to race with, whether it be Raceroom, whether it be any type of other sim, here in the Americas, Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, anything in that time zone or time zones, and you're looking for folks to race with that are fantastic people, fantastic racers, safe racers, clean racers, every good thing you can say about a sim racing community, that is certainly what we try to promote, and that's certainly what we try to do. So join up, get involved. If you join up, then you can get involved in the race that you're seeing this evening. These are all community people. These are all folks that we know through the community that jump in. So beyond this unranked stuff, we have seasonal championships. Right now we've got our Season 3 going on that has a GT4. We're going to be coming up on round 6, I think, of 8 or 9. I forget even how many rounds we have. But if you're in the Discord, then you have the opportunity to get into, future championship events, no matter what sim they're in. Who knows what the future holds? I don't. And then last but not least, you have the official ranked room, ranked servers and combinations and schedule that come out on a weekly basis. So we will sometimes get in those races all together just to fill the server and just to provide as good of an experience as possible. So either way, get in the server or don't. But if you want to find people to race with, jump in. There's a button on Twitch. There's a link in the YouTube description. Find your way there. Say hello. Say where you found us, or how you found us, or how you joined, or whatnot, and get involved. As far as this evening goes, I have the system on auto director at the moment. A lot of people are finished up, so the end of practice has just come down. There was 40 minutes of practice. I was not going to show you all 40 minutes of practice because there was a lot of people either running this circuit for the first time or trying to get the turn 20 hairpin down. So this is kind of where everything gets interesting for qualifying. Everyone's going to try to spread out. Everyone's going to try to get in a valid lap. Everyone's going to try to put in a fast lap. So this is where 15 minutes of action really come into play for everyone. We're going to find out how the grid stacks up. Right now we have 19 people in there, which is another fantastic result for our Monday night Mayhem series that we have going on here. Once we get through qualifying, we're going to have one race. Well, first we'll have a 5-minute warm-up, which will probably be just death and destruction at the hairpin for 5 minutes straight. Once we get through that, we have a 20-minute race. Once that 20-minute race ends, we'll have a second warm-up. One, because we love warm-ups, which will be another death and destruction of the hairpin. Once we get through that, excuse me, there'll be one last 20-minute race. The top 10 positions of race 1 will be inverted. So the winner of race 1 will start in the 10th position and reverse it from there. So whoever started in 10th, or whoever finished in 10th, I'm sorry, in race 1 will start in position 1 of race number 2. So I'm going to quit talking here for about 13 and a half minutes. The system is going to just kind of roll around to whoever is putting in the best sectors, and whoever will be out on the first flying lap. I'm not even sure who that's going to be. But I'm going to let it just roll here for about 13 and a half minutes. I'll be back at the beginning of the warm-up, and maybe try to catch some of the good bits in warm-up, and then we'll be into the race. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself some food, a snack, grab your loved one. It doesn't matter. Grab anything you need to. Sit back, relax, and watch what we have going on here. So I'll mute myself, and we will be back shortly. everyone. Under a minute, about 30 seconds to go here in qualifying, and 14 people have set a time, and we're now up to 21 people in the server. So there's about 7 folks that did not get a time in. Whether for better or for worse, we will certainly find out. It may be worthwhile to start in the back or near the back to maybe let some destruction happen in front of them, some incidents happen in front of them, and they'll pick up some free spots. So we're all going to find out together. But here are your qualifying results. Rudolph Stein, P1, Theodore Insbury, P2, Theolupu, P3, Ramiro Perez, P4, Luke Filippone, P5, Ian McClure, P6, Richard Blatcher, P7, Scott Galbraith, P8, Andy Morehouse, P9, John Pardo, P10. So there's your top 10 starting places for race number 1 as we now roll into the warm-up round. Warm-up round number 1. 5 minutes for maybe a little extra practice. Please no Puncherino by the Theo Loop. There may be some Puncherinos. Whether they're on purpose or not, who knows, as we see everyone making a tight right-hand turn and now speeding down backwards down the circuit. So if you're unfamiliar with the North America Raceroom, and if you're super unfamiliar with a warm-up round within the North America Raceroom, this time is used to take the edge off. Take the edge off between qualifying and race number 1. So you'll find people doing everything. Some folks like to see what the circuit's like going backwards, which you're seeing here now with Scott Galbraith and everyone else pile into and throw the car up into the air. It's like, oh my, it's like a bowling alley going up backwards up the hairpin, just into chaotic destruction there. Some folks are stuck now. Scott's rolling down backwards, and Theolupu wasn't in there, but Mr. Insbury was. So this is what you sometimes find during the warm-up round. Some folks may actually be, maybe practicing. If they didn't practice in the first time, and they're going to have cars flying at them going backwards. Whether you find it funny or not, or whether you find it good or not, that's just kind of what happens. As I said, it takes the edge off for some folks, but it really is just a free-for-all for 5 minutes worth of your time out there. So this is why we give 40 minutes of practice for these Monday night sessions. That way, if you really want practice, if you really want to get your practice in, you do it during that 40-minute practice time. Because during the 5-minute warm-up time, you're going to have nothing but just either avoiding people or crashing into folks. As they go along, so. Scott's really putting his silhouette concept there to really testing the safety features of that vehicle. And the marshals are certainly getting their money's worth during this warm-up round. Really working on their upper body strength, waving those flags, getting in some workouts, I'm sure they're loving it. What are we down to? 35 seconds. So about a minute, about a minute and a half until the actual race starts. And just some housekeeping. Thank you to Grimy Dog for the subscription with Prime there. It's very much appreciated. It didn't pop up, so I didn't see it in the activity feed until I refreshed the page. So thank you so much for that. And thank you everyone that's currently here on Twitch with me right now. So if you've seen our content before, then you're kind of going to know what to expect with what you see on screen and what you hear from me. If this is kind of the first time you've either found the channel or you're kind of checking out Raceroom or whatnot, welcome first and foremost, and then get ready for my voice for the next 40 minutes or so. But we really just keep all the action, in focus on screen, and I really just talk through what you're seeing. If you hear me during this broadcast kind of announce out that there's an incident at the hairpin or whatnot, that is me kind of giving information to the Discord voice channel that the hairpin has either a big pile up or someone kind of stuck there, to give everyone at least a heads up. That way they don't just blindly go into that and we have a 14 car pile up. So we also have a rolling start, which is new. Usually, well, not new, but we do standing starts. So we got something a little bit different. 21 people on the grid. Rudolph Stein bringing everyone to the line with Theodore Insbury there in P2, Theolupu in P3. We're on board here with Ramiro Perez, Team GRG in 4. The lights are going to go on, and they're going to be gone. So they are out, and they're off. Rudolph Stein keeps his P1 leads from turn 1 as they go flying down the straight, and everyone is kind of jockeying for position back there, trying to get the best line in for the next few turns. Let's go on board with Ramiro Perez here. You've got the Theos right ahead, Rudolph Stein, P1 as they come up, and we'll go on board with Ramiro here for a little bit. Unless we see some action happening behind, but even then, taking it in quickly. Slight hit there from Ramiro on Theodore Insbury. Lupu has moved back to P5. So Luke Filippone has moved up one position into P4. And like I said, we're just going to follow on board here with Ramiro. Kind of to probably the hairpin, but someone off. There's a big accident here in the back. It's Bernie Puebla turned around. People are now trying to navigate their way around him. So we have that is in Sketty. It's currently stopped right then and there. So 2 cars are currently with an issue. We didn't catch how Bernie got turned around there, but obviously someone probably stuck their nose in and caught him a little bit. Ramiro Perez trying to catch back up to Theodore Insbury here. Ian McClure very close and has passed Scott Galbraith. And he goes around somehow. So now he is sideways. I don't think that's a blind corner, but we're going to find out. Let's go on board with King Garbett here. So there was Ian right then and there. So that kind of is a blind corner that they're on. Here they all come to the hairpin. Now that is, as I said, a constant yellow, so there is no passing through there. But everyone has to kind of mind their P's and Q's and try to take the line they need. And some are making it, and some are not. But oh, there's a stoppage. So Vaughn's going to try to back up, hits it again. Vaughn's going to try to do it again. And it's going to cause a little bit. And now they're on in their way. And now Ricardo Costa has not made the turn, has to back up a bit, and him and Sketty. A little too much throttle. And away they go. Luke Filippone trying to stick it to the outside of Ramiro Perez. Doesn't quite get it down there. We'll follow along here for a little bit. Lupo right behind Luke Filippone here in P5. We'll stay on board. Theo is currently the closest time-wise. Sebastian here. Sebastian Bulu. I don't know if he's going the right way. He's looking the right way. Got a little sideways there. And yeah, it's just, I figured it was going to be just insanity at the hairpin. Even me, 40 minutes of practice, and I probably would still not get the hairpin correct. So, no fault to anyone that's kind of getting stuck there. It is a very tough corner. Just even watching, I haven't even done that corner, and I can tell you that's a tough corner. So. If you hear me chuckling, I'm not chuckling at anyone's skill or incident. I'm kind of just chuckling at how it really backs up the traffic at that corner. If someone gets stuck, then people kind of just have to sit there. There is a yellow. I don't know if someone gets super stuck and you're able to get by to kind of progress yourself forward. I don't know if that is allowable or not, but as you can just see, if you're there in a pack of people and someone doesn't get it just even good enough to get around the corner and keep going, you're certainly going to lose quite a bit of time just waiting for that person to get going in, as Sebastian kind of does here. And is now going to back up, but he's got Ken Garbett, Von Gingrich there. They have to kind of come to a stop, and on where they go. Bernie Puebla's coming in, Ian McClure. So Ian's going to pass, and so is Bernie. I don't know if that's permitted or not, because there is a yellow flag. I'm sure it is because the person they're passing is having an issue. But the constant yellow is to try to stop you from really fighting for position in that area. So I doubt they will be. And the constant yellow is in game, and we're not keeping track of any of that. So me watching all this, I'm not being a live steward at the moment, so I'm not giving anyone penalties. So if someone gets by, then somebody gets by. It's a position gain in the end. Ramiro Perez, about under 1 second behind Theodore Ensbury. Theodore Ensbury is about 3.2 seconds behind Rudolph. And just think, folks, we have another 20-minute race of this afterwards. So 40 minutes worth of action all around here. And for those watching on Twitch, thank you for being here. If you're not following the channel, make sure to give it a follow. It's all free, costs you nothing. You just go into your followers list, and you never have to look at us again. But if you're liking what you're seeing, if you like what I'm talking about, give us a follow. If you want to see more of it, and we stream frequently throughout the week here on Twitch. So if you either like Raceroom or you like motorsport or sim racing in general, give us a follow. That way you can come back and watch as often as you can. So Same for those on YouTube. When this goes up as a replay, give us a subscribe over there. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Give everything you need to, if you want to. Let's see. Let's try to find. And here we are. So that's Mike Loban. That's Mohammed. Steve Busby. All getting kind of caught up there in the hairpin. Lupu, let's go on board. He is going to drag race Luke Filippone down the start-finish line straight. As I see some people with yellow flags coming up to the hairpin. Theo's going to do everything he can to not scrape the outside wall. And they are on it. It's really going to be who breaks less and later. Luke Filippone does. Squeezes right through. Wow. That was a great pass. That was a great sequence there. Scott Galbraith, Richard Blatcher, Andy Morehouse. I saw some yellow flags popping up for them. Ricardo Costa here. Getting caught up a little bit. Emery Anderson's behind. That's Sketty back there. So you've got three people kind of stuck at the hairpin. Sebastian getting around Ian McClure for P14. It's a great little pass there. Von Gingrich is right there behind them as well. So a few of these folks that have been caught up in the hairpin are now, they're released into the wild, and they are booking it down the straight. Let's go on board here with Sebastian. Gets into the back of Vaughn. Oh, Lordy. Into the back of Vaughn, and Vaughn just goes into the shadow realm way back there in the runoff. And he's going to lose a bunch of places there. Looks like Sebastian got into the side of Vaughn. Vaughn lost it pretty heavily. Managed to not really take out Ian, so Ian gets away fully unscathed there, as we see Theodore Insbury, who must have had an issue somewhere, as Ramiro Perez has gotten around. Oh, who's that? Luke Filippone. Look at these guys going side by side down here. That's insanity if I've ever seen it. That's caused Theo to lose a little bit of time. But as I was saying, Ramiro Perez got around Theodore Insbury somewhere along the way, so I don't know if it was a clean pass or if Theodore had an issue or an incident somewhere that's allowed Ramiro to get around. Mike Loban making his way through. Mohammed trying to go out and around, and does, and he's released and gone. Steve Busby making his way down through there. Very good, very good. Theo Lupu on board. Woo. A little Tokyo drift there. But drifting action. Alexi, I see you here. Thank you for joining. Evan's here, Grimey's here, Amato's in here. Who else do I know just by the name? I know Jamie Morrison was in here for a little bit. There's some folks, of course, with Twitch names I don't really know. Others, but for everyone that's here, thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for kind of watching the insanity that Macau is. Ricardo Costa. There, Emery's getting through there. Sebastian is out. John 2, it's like he was launched into the sky via the ping and is gone for this one. And everyone is very much spread out now at the moment. It took maybe about 10-12 minutes, probably about 10 minutes. There were some groups of cars that were still pretty close together, but now everyone is over a second from the person in front or behind them. So Rudolph Stein here is making his way onward. Is about 6 seconds. Oh, Ramiro Perez here, just too much into it, and now has Luke Filippone, Theo Lupu, Theodore Insbury. Now has Scott Galbraith trying to get around. He scrapes the wall a little bit. He's He's got Richard Blatcher, Andy Morehouse. So Ramiro Perez has dropped from P2 down to P8. As we see CB. So now we have a close battle because of that there at the hairpin, where Luke Filippone is now about a half a second back from Theodore Insbury here in P2. So we once again have a close battle. As we come down to about 7 minutes to go. We've lost one person to ping, one person to just a DNF at the moment. 19 people still on track. Luke Filippone here in P3. Theodore Insbury in P2, the closest battle by the timing screen on track at the moment. With Theo Lupu there doing everything he can, scraping some walls as he goes, to stick close to these two to maybe have a three-way battle for P2, 3, and 4. Von Gingrich coming down to the hairpin. Ah, it's perfect. Let's jump back up to the opponent. As they'll be making their way to the hairpin very shortly. I wish I could kind of tell you where they are on track just by looking at the track, but I can't do that. I don't know Macau at all, so I can't visually see where they are. But as we see Sketty and Ken Garbett and Ricardo Costa make their way through. Ricardo Costa, I don't know who that is coming up. Is that Emery? Yeah, Emery Anderson there. Luckily, everyone's still in the lead lap, so Rudolph will be coming up to the line. Or I should say the hairpin here very soon, which he is. Theodore Insbury is facing backwards. Spun around and off he goes. So now he is down from P2 to P4. We have Luke Filippone and Theo Lupu coming to the hairpin. Let's keep an eye on this. Luke makes it through. Theo makes it through. With Theodore Insbury now coming through. Scott Galbraith doing all he can. About a second behind there from P4. Richard Blatcher, Andy Morehouse, Ramiro Perez. They're all flowing through now. Ramiro with a little bit of scrape, but onward he goes. So Scott Galbraith under a second in P5 from Theodore Insbury in P4. And the same goes for Theo Lupu. He's under a second as well here in P3 behind P2 of Luke Filippone. Hopefully everything sounds good. Hopefully everything looks good on stream here. If it doesn't, just shout it out in the chat, and I will adjust from there. So usually I don't touch it very much. Ooh. Luke Filippone into the wall a little bit on that corner there. And that's allowed Theo Lupu to get ahead. Some contact with the wall, some contact with each other there. And off they go. Scott Galbraith still on the backside of Theodore Insbury. You got Ian McClure. So Muhammad is in the pit, crushing walls as he goes. I'm not sure why he's gone into the pit. Maybe he's got damage. But unfortunate for him, that will probably cycle him all the way to the back, because no one else is really going to pit unless someone has really just destroyed their vehicle. Which I want to say, I think there was limited damage on, so maybe that was a mistake by Muhammad going extra wide into the pit entry, and once you get sucked into the pit entry, you're along for the ride. Luke Filippone here, trying to keep close. We're down to 3 minutes to go. Rudolph Stein is catching up to someone that's just riding the wall there. Who is that? I do not know. Sebastian's out. Ricardo Costa's gone out. I'm not sure who Rudolph is caught up to, but Theo Lupu here in P2. Luke Filippone right behind. We've got Theodore Insbury, Scott Galbraith right there. Richard Blatcher, Andy Morehouse, Mira Perez, making their way through the hairpin. Let's go on board here. Fast section. Yes, Evan, you are correct. This has been a pretty good back and forth battle here between Lupu and Filippone here in P2 and 3. Same for Scott. Drop back a little. Oh, so Theodore Insbury is, where is he? He's in the runoff. Yes. So he is in the runoff of that, and that will be probably dire straits for him. He's going to have to get turned around out of there and back on. With CB getting by, he's got about 3 seconds before Mike Logan shows up. So he might drop down quite a bit as he's trying to do some 3-point maneuvers there. 3-point turns, they call it, I think. Doing J turns or whatever. Ooh, Theo Lupu into the wall hard. Caught that. Theodore Insbury has dropped out of this race. Maybe out of frustration, just not being able to get back out there. Once you get into those deep runoffs, you're kind of gone a little bit. Stein. I think. I wish I could tell where he is. Where's the track map? Okay, so this race is going to end before he gets to the line. So Rudolph Stein here is going to be your P1, your podium, top podium spot winner of race number 1. As he comes across the line right there. As we see in the background, Luke Filippone, about 5 seconds back, flashing his lights, across the line he goes. Theo Lupu in P3. Scott Galbraith getting P4. Richard Blatcher P5 as they come across the line. Ramiro Perez, he's moved himself up into P6. Comes around right there. Andy Morehouse, P7. CB. From the Sim Racing Madness crew. He's going to come across there in P8. Mike Loban, I believe he's from the SRM crew as well. He's going to come across there in P9. Ian McClure making his way downtown. I think he's got a bit to go here. But he's going to come across in P10. We've lost positions 15 through 21. Are not going to finish this race, so basically the number of people who qualified will be the number that finishes this race. Steve Busby coming across P11. Bernie Puebla as he comes down around. Let's see what's happening with Vaughn here. Vaughn's in the hairpin. Bernie Puebla comes around P12 for him. 2 folks left to come across the line. We've got Vaughn Gingrich here in P13, and we'll watch him come across. Once he gets there, Sketty's into the hairpin. He's going to be P14 as he makes it. He's made it. Just for you all keeping score at home, Ian McClure, your P10 from this race here will be P1 for race number 2. Keep an eye on that. As we see Vaughn Gingrich come across the line, there he is. So Ian McClure will be P1, Mike Loban will be P2. That'll be your front row for race number 2. And Sketty will not make it across the line, but he will still get P14. So there are your race results for race number 1. A couple of disqualifications for one reason or another. 3 DNFs. Sketty, no. Emery Anderson, 15th, was a lap down into the second warm-up. Auto director's on. SRM. The crew's hanging tough in there. I'll be back momentarily. Enjoy whatever calamity is going to happen here in warm-up number 2. There might be more as people are really going to take some steam off from race number 1. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. So much insanity. Thank you to everyone who currently here on Twitch, live with us. Very much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who's watching this as a replay on YouTube. For anyone here on Twitch, if you if you have a Google account, Gmail account, YouTube account, whatever you want to say. If you haven't found our YouTube page, channel over there, seek it out, find it, subscribe to it. Everything we stream here live, I record at the same time, usually at 1080p, 60 frames a second, so it will look better, it'll look smoother than what the live stream does at the moment. So if you're looking at the live stream and say like, man, it's not very good quality, find the YouTube page, because all the good quality stuff goes over there. Usually goes up by next day, and everything we live stream, or every race that we do gets recorded, whether it's live streamed or not, and it goes up there. So that's kind of the living archive of everything that we've done, or everything that we're doing at the moment. So seek it out, subscribe to it. It's free, free to you. And if you subscribe and you don't want to see every time we get a video upload, or if you just want to try to find it on your own, then turn the notifications off if you want. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of content out there. I realize that for everybody. So if you want the algorithm just to pick it up every now and then for you, if you would subscribe and follow and watch our stuff every now and then feel free to do that. Or if you want notifications on, turn those babies on. And get notified every time we put a video up, usually by next day of when we live stream. If you watch something, if you like it, even if you watch a couple minutes, and you've enjoyed that couple minutes, put a thumbs up on it, put a like, put a comment if you want to. I go through all the comments. If I need to reply to one, or If there's a question about something, I'll answer. If there's a suggestion about something, I'll certainly look into what can be done to improve, what we do from the streaming side or recording side, or just from the media side of things of our community. So we're always trying to get better. We're always looking to improve one way or another. So, if you're here tonight and you come back a week from now, there may be some little tweak that I just feel like testing or feel like doing on a stream or a video, and it may be good, maybe something good, maybe something bad. Who knows? I'm always trying to tweak and improve. So, in the end, this stream here live, the replay that goes up, it's done for all these folks out there on track to kind of showcase what everyone's about, what everyone can do, and it's for everyone here now, here on Twitch or watching on YouTube or wherever you're trying to find our content. This is all done for everyone other than me. I don't do this for myself. I don't do this for any type of credit or I'm not trying to get famous off this. I'm just trying to do a service for everyone that people seem to enjoy and like. So. But we're counting down to the grid now. After all that 5 minutes of, I'm not even sure what happened there during warm-up. But now we have another 20-minute race, another rolling start. Ramir Perez somehow got. No, there it is. Yeah, Ian McClure P1, Mike Lubin P2. So they were your P10 and P9 of the. You're going to become famous. No way, John 2. No way, sir. And I have no intentions of becoming famous, but. I'm just doing this for all you folks out there, whether on track or in here. So they're coming across the line. They're released. Off they go. Ian McClure sticking out there. You got CB there beside Mike Lobin, Andy Morehouse in P4, and it's like a swarm of bees back there. People are going crazy. People are going everywhere. I think CB that might be two SRM guys. Battling it out there. Mike Logan slid back down to P5. Everyone still in the thick of it. No one's hitting the walls back there. But the folks to look out for are going to be certainly P10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Perez, Galbraith, Lupu, Stein, and Filippone. They're going to be trying to come up through the field as fast as they can to get ahead. As I said, this circuit's very hard to pass on, very tight. It's a street circuit, so these are public roads during normal times. So you got to pick your spots. And then once again, the constant yellow at the hairpin makes it even tougher. So you want to try to get through and by someone as fast as possible where you can, as safely as you can. And try to distance yourself from whoever you've just gotten by. Excuse me. So you've got Ian McClure in CB, about 1.3 seconds ahead of Andy Morehouse in P3. You've got Theodore Insbury, who unfortunately DQ'd or DNF'd from race number 1, so he's kind of starting further in the back on what he anticipated or what he wanted. But he may just be trying to maybe bide his time a little bit. Maybe wait for some instruction to happen in front of him, which you're kind of seeing there. Who's all this? Mohammed. Sketty got through. Theodore Insbury. Ken Garbett. I think that was Steve Busby that may have gotten into the back. Or someone got into the back of him, but let's go on board. Nope. Who's this? Von Gingrich. Oh boy. So everyone kind of made it through there. I think maybe that first 20 minutes kind of helped everyone out, kind of fully understand what needed to kind of happen through there. And no one got tripped up on the first lap through. So that's always a plus. Not that we're trying to go down from there, but maybe we won't see the issues that we saw in race 1. You've got Theo Lupu, just right here on Scott Galbraith, bobbing and weaving. Maybe trying to get Scott to defend more than he wants to. Maybe make a mistake. Maybe missed a braking point. You never know. but he is right on him. Slide to the, so there it was. There it was. So Scott slides a little too much into the wall. That puts Theo into Scott just a little bit. Theo manages to get his. Scott kind of slides there in behind. It's a more between Scott and Theo as he slides in there. That might be the battle to watch for this race. We got CB, Andy Morehouse, Richard Blatcher. So Ian McClure, CB, Andy Morehouse, Richard Blatcher, P1 through P4. They're kind of holding their own, trying to work as a pack to distance themselves from at least Mike Loban there in P5. And then you've got the folks you normally see near the front in races from 6 to 10. So what's happening back here? Theodore Insbury, Sketty gets turned around. People are pinballing out of the way to stay away from that. Sketty has moved back to last place with a spin around there. Let's go on board CB here. I think they're going to be coming up to the hairpin soon, I think. Let's track map. Yes, as you can see on the track map, they're coming right up to it right now. It's going to happen. Those two make it through. Andy Morehouse makes it through. Oh, Michael Loeb. Oh, there's some. So here is where the backup happens. So you got Theo Lupu, Ramiro Perez, Rudolph Stein, Scott Galbraith, Luke Filippone. Oh, and then Ramiro gets turned around backwards. Oh, I don't mean to chuckle at anybody. It just is what it is. It's just funny. It's such a blind corner. It's such a tough corner. You're coming up so fast on that corner, and if there's people just kind of waiting in a queue because there's an incident there, it just is not fun for anybody. It makes everything so tough. Now you've got Emery and Sketty. Sketty flips it around, helps Ramiro a little bit get turned the right way, so those two are flailing there in the back, unfortunately for them. And I will reiterate, I'm not laughing at anyone or anyone's skill, anything like that. I'm really just laughing at the circuit itself and what it produces at that corner. It is just absolutely dumb. So many things can happen in that corner because of so many variables that you can't even plan. You're not even sure what to do if there's even a hint of someone stuck or someone having an issue through there. So it could produce nightmares. And if you don't know this circuit, if you look on YouTube, you will find some videos of some just nasty crashes at that area in real life. So it's not just these folks in here or the sim or anything like that. Like even in real life, that corner has produced some gnarly crashes in its time. So. Where are we? So Scott Galbraith here in P9, about half a second back from Luke Filippone. Rudolph Stein, the P1 winner from Race 1. About half a second from Theo Lupu here in P7. So that's going to be an interesting battle coming up here. Obviously Rudolph was the winner of Race 1, so it's going to be CB makes Richard Blatcher. So these four have it down at the moment. They right now have almost a 12-second gap between these four and Mike Logan at P5. So as long as they can continue to get that hairpin corner, not perfect, but just as best as they can and not get hung up, they should not have any issues. Not to jinx anybody, but they should be able to just distance themselves even further from the rest behind. Let's see, who do we got here? Steve Busby, Ken Garbett, Ricardo Costa trying to come through. As they do. Scott Galbraith, Theodore Insbury started back in, I think, pretty far back and has made his way up into P12. And he's about 3/10 behind Von Dietrich here, which is trying to probably break the draft. So he pulls the wheel as far right as it can go to get out of Theodore's way to cut the draft, but that does not work. And Ensbury is going to try to get around, hits the wall, but continues on and gets around Vaughn just like that. Mike Lobin has lost the place here to Theolupu, so Theolupu has now moved up into P5, about 15 seconds back from P4. Andy Morehouse. So onward they go. Let's go on board here with Mike Lobin for a little bit. Yes, Evan, I am hopefully laughing with people out there right now, experiencing just the disaster of the hairpin corner. As Alexis says there, it must be frustrating. I didn't even do this race because I just knew of how frustrated I probably would be, and I probably would have been. I would have quit by now, and probably would have been on about 2 drinks. Just from this race itself, and even the first one. I probably wouldn't even make it to the second race. I would just call it quits in race number 1. But where are we? Theolupu, Mike Lobin behind. Mike Lobin coming in hot. Manages, sticks that landing. He's got Rudolph Stein there, just breathing down his neck. Let's go on board with Rudolph. Rudolph is probably the faster racer, but as I said, it's tough to pass until you get into about here. This is where a lot of the passing happens. Theodore Ensbury turned around, and he has Ken Garvin, Ricardo Costa. He should be able to get back around now, as he has about a 10-second gap. He's going to go down backwards. That might be the smart move, to be honest with you. So he's now going down backwards. We're going to follow this because this is not something you see every day. That might be out of frustration as well, but he gets flipped around there. Ramiro! Oh, boy. That was a code brown flag moment, folks. But Mr. Ensbury is onward and upward. Rudolph Stein has gotten by Mike Lobin as we were watching Ensbury go down backwards from the hairpin. Slowly building that gap between himself and Mike Lobin. Ian McClure. Let's go on board here for a little bit with Ian because he started in P1, finished race 1 in P10 because of the reverse grid for the top 10 positions. Started in P1 and has not looked back from the start of the rolling start race. So let's go on board here for just a little bit. He has CB now about 6/10, 7/10 behind in P2. Only because of that. Let's move on board with him. That way you can kind of see what he'd be seeing at the moment as they come up to the hairpin. Ian McClure takes it, makes it, so does CB right behind. So a fantastic race from these two thus far with under 8 minutes to go. And they have about a 6-second lead from Richard Blatcher there in P3. Theolupu coming up to the hairpin, makes it. Rudolph Stein going to try to hunt him down. Mike Lobin takes it in there, makes it. Luke Filippone makes it. Scott Albrave made it. Bernie Puebla coming up to it. Got it. Back up to CB here. They're about a second. Let's go on board. You can't really see the car ahead because of the windshield wiper, but it's there. Trust me. There he is. Yeah, chat. I tensed up there for Ramiro. I thought that was going to be just an absolute disaster with him flying through there. But hey, came through unscathed. He made it by mere centimeters, I'm sure. What are we down to? About 6.5 minutes. Ian McClure there in P1. CB here on board P2. Oh, a little bit of a wall scrape, and we'll just stay on board. Let's look at the timing screen here. So yeah, CB about 6/10 back. Let's look at the track map. That comes up on the screen. Where are they? So they are just now getting into some of the baby S's. Per se, so they're coming up, as you can see, they're going up towards the top of the screen. So they will be coming up to the hairpin very shortly. These two are the closest on track. Ken Garbett was under a second to Ricardo Costa there in P15, but he's kind of dropping back to about 2 seconds back. So as you can see here, Ian McClure and CB got it. They're 6 for 6 getting through there. Richard Blatcher coming through, making it. Andy Morehouse making it. So that top 4, they spaced out themselves a little bit, but Andy Morehouse still has about 8 second lead there over Theo Lupu, but Rudolph Stein here. Rudolph Stein is trucking. He smells blood in the water for P5. And we might see some action here by the end of this very long straight. We might catch a little bit of draft. He's now down. Isn't that about still about 7/10. Just gonna stay on board for the duration of this. We might stay on board maybe for the entire lap. Let's find out. That's just, imagine being in a car faster than these going down the street. That'd be insane. Look at that closing speed. Ooh, that's a beautiful exit. Scrapes the inside wall there a little bit. Theodore Insbury is caught up there a little bit with Ramiro Perez back to the hairpin. And CB, let's move up here, was about 2/10 back. Caught up. So this might be a scrape there. This might be a battle all the way to the very end. Another scrape. Up to the hairpin. Oh no! We could not go 7 for 7. We're going to back up really fast. Here comes Richard Blatcher. Oh! CB slides on by. He's your new P1. Ian McClure, now about 7/10 behind. Andy Morehouse is... Where was he stuck? He was stuck on the inside, and that's hung up Theo Lupu a little bit. That's brought Theo under a second. Michael Lobin stuck on the inside. He's going to have Luke Filipone and Scott Galbraith going on the outside. And now he's on in a way. Ian McClure. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And this is going to be something to watch. This is going to be, we're going to have some action unfold right here. Oof. That's like warp speed going through that turn. Are they going to hit their braking points? Oh! CB does not. CB goes in way too hot. It has allowed Richard Blatcher there to move ahead. Theo Lupu. He is right alongside Andy Morehouse. What will happen here? Any missed braking points? No, sir. Yahtzee. I don't know what's going to happen here. But now you've got Andy Morehouse, Theo Lupu, Rudolph Stein, 4, 5, and 6, all within 1 second of each other. So things are getting spicy with 1:15 to go, folks. Not that these guys here are racing for a podium, but they are racing for pride. Who's going to have the most pride? Who wants it the most? Who wants P4, 5, or 6 the most? I can guarantee you the hairpin's somehow going to determine this right here. And speaking of the hairpin, Ian McClure is now back in P1. CB having kind of the late break, the missed braking point going into sliding into the wall ever so slightly. That allowed him to get by. That allowed Richard Blatcher here in P2 to get by. CB has moved down to P3 there. Ian McClure coming up. This will be the last time they probably go through the hairpin. Oh, baby, he made it. Richard Blatcher just scrapes the inside and makes it. CB makes it. Andy Morehouse. Here we go. The next group to get there is going to be Andy Morehouse, Theo Lupu, Rudolph Stein. All right here together. Andy Morehouse makes it. Theo makes it. Rudolph makes it. We're going to follow the backs. Oh, they're probably coming to the line soon. Ian McClure is going to be your race 2 winner. Congratulations to him. Dunzo, Richard Blatcher, P2, CB had to lead ever so slightly. He's back in P3. Andy Morehouse holding off to Theo Lupu behind him, trying to break the draft, gets it. 4, 5, and 6. Andy Morehouse, Theo Lupu, Rudolph Stein. Ooh, that's some docking there. Went right through him. Luke Filippone comes across to P7. Scott Galbraith comes across P8. Mike Loban, P9. Bernie Puebla is going to be rounding out the top 10 here as he comes across. Let's see, we got Von Gingrich coming across. He's back a little bit, but he's going to be making it. P11 for Vaughn. Mohammed making his way. Got the JBL livery. He's got the beats going. Comes across P12. Steve Busby. P13. Where do we got here? Ricardo Costa. He's going to be coming in P14. Emery Anderson, I think, is bouncing off some walls coming down the hairpin. Ricardo Costa comes through P14. Someone's doing burnouts on the front stretch. Maybe Muhammad there in the JBL. He's happy about that P12, it looks like. Theodore Insbury. A few problems in that race there. Going to come across P15 right into the donut making Mohammed there. Burning off the tires. Emery had not made it to the hairpin yet, but here he comes. There's 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 10 seconds left. I don't think he's going to make it to the finish line, but he will come in at P16. Was that pass still under yellow or no? Alexi, I am not too totally sure, to be honest with you. I mean, the constant flag, yellow flag was going there, but I mean, I don't know if the game was actually enforcing that. Obviously not. Ian McClure comes in at P1, Richard Blatcher P2, CB P3, Andy Morehouse P4, Theo Lupu P5, Rudolph Stein P6, Luke Filippone P7, Scott Galbraith P8, Mike Loban P9, Bernie Puebla P10. And the rest from there for race number 2. Yeah, I don't think it matters now. I don't know. I know the game has it where you can't pass under yellow at times. It'll give you a penalty, but I don't know I don't know if the game was enforcing that much or if it was just a yellow flag being thrown for people to slow down. I'm not too totally sure, but those were the results with no penalties taken, so the game does not matter anymore to them. But there we have it. That was Macau. That was the silhouette concept. That was what you get with that racetrack. Probably a lot of frustration from folks. Maybe some laughs. Maybe laughs out of frustration. Maybe some madness. Maybe some happiness. I'm proud. Thank you, Evan. I don't know what you're proud of me for, but I'm proud of you as well. But hopefully that was enjoyable for everyone. For those that are normally here, thanks for coming back. For anyone who may be coming, may have shown up for the first time, thanks for coming as well. Make sure to come on back. There are times when I'm commentating like I have this evening, where I talk through the entire thing, kind of give you a full broadcast style stream. There are other times where I'm racing along with all these folks out there, so you kind of have just the random voices of the Discord voice chat going while watching the video and on auto directors. So we kind of give two styles of broadcast streams. So if you like what you saw this evening, come on back, because we stream a few times a week. We probably stream more than what we should or what's needed of us, but I mean, we do it. Like I said, I do this for all of you watching on Twitch now, watching on YouTube later, and all those folks that were out there getting caught up in the hairpin and probably hating life at the moment. So but it was fun. It was fun to watch that. It's not often you see Macau come up in Raceroom in any way, shape, or form. So this may have been the first time any of you all watching here tonight have seen that circuit, and that may have been the first time folks have actually been on that circuit that were in the game. So a lot of firsts for people, I'm sure. So hopefully it was fun. In the end, as long as it was sort of fun, hopefully there's not too much hatred coming out of that. But in the end, if it was fun for everybody, then mission accomplished. It was fun for me, so mission accomplished. That's all that really matters. So coming up Wednesday, come on back. It's going to be the weekly ranked event in Raceroom. It's going to be the Bathurst 100. 100 minutes of the GT3 Camaro and GT3 Mustang. Only two cars that are allowed to be selected. So it's going to be full American-made horsepower on Bathurst. So come on back for that. We'll have a stream up. I'm probably not racing that, so I will probably commentate my way through all that. So if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, come on back Wednesday, hang out with me again, maybe have some laughs, not at the expense of people out there, but just of what the game is producing. So come on back Wednesday. We'll be here. And with that, thanks to everyone who showed up here on Twitch. If you're not following the page already or the channel, give it a follow. It's free. I won't ask anyone to, subscribe with real money. That's not what we're trying to do. So just give us a free follow. That's all we need. And come on back when you can. Same for everyone on YouTube watching this, hopefully by tomorrow. Give the page, give the channel a subscribe over there. It's free to you. Give it a like if you've gotten this far in this video, or if you've watched it for a little bit. Prior to this portion, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Give us a comment if you want to, good or bad, doesn't matter. But either way, absorb our content any way you can. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, find it all. And then come on back Wednesday. So we'll close up shop here, and we'll see you again real soon. Everyone stay safe, everyone stay healthy, everyone have a good Tuesday. If you're watching this on YouTube, but anytime you have a good whatever day it is, have a great day or have a great night. And come on back Wednesday, and we'll do it all again. So we'll get out of here. I love you all, and we'll see you next time.